The last week or two has been very trying for me. Man who's my father to me passed away last week, and we buried him this week. It's caused me to reflect a great deal on my life in the last few days and the decisions that I've made over the last month, 6 weeks particularly. I find myself in a situation, in a position where I'm extremely uncomfortable. I was so motivated and so moved to take action on a few things. From what I saw, this country definitely going in such a wrong direction that it could not be ignored. It got to a position in my mind where I could not even talk myself into a situation where I could run from it, where I could deny the writing on the wall any longer. And I decided, after a great deal of time and a great deal of reflection and prayer, that I had to risk all in an attempt to make a change. And so I have. I've placed myself in a situation where I've risked my career, my future, my reputation, my business contacts, and even the possibility of having a meaningful relationship with my only child, due to how the system, the custody and family court system works in this country. I place that all at great risk. But I did that because it was necessary in order to guarantee my son's future, for it to be as full of potential as my life has been. I have been very wealthy. I have been very poor financially. But I find myself in a situation in this life of being very rich from the experiences. A great writer said, "These are the times that try men's souls," and I find myself in a position where my soul is being tried. But I cannot deny the truth that we are all interconnected. And we must all gain that truth, that we realize that we are all interconnected. Because if we don't all think of that, and if we don't all reach down to our places of fear and move past it, then we can never make a change in this life. And then all life is just lip service. I've had a very diverse life. I've been very blessed in this life. I have also been very tormented in this life. I have buried a child. I have played with dolphins in the open ocean, in the wild. I have traveled everywhere that I've cared to travel, and I have been able to stay places that I wanted to stay. I truly love this country, and for all the blessings it's given me in my life, and the opportunities that I've been able to take advantage of. I see a great many people walk right past the opportunities they have in life, and it upsets me greatly. Not only for what they've missed out on and for their positive futures that they've ignored, but how that ignorance has affected the other people in their life that they're connected to. And it's more than just family and friends. I mean, I'm a business person, and early on in my business career, I learned that if you place $1 in the economy, it moves 50 times. Now, we can talk about that economically all day long, but it really comes down to it is that we've touched 50 other people by taking an activity and an action and doing something with it. At the deepest points of despair in your life, that's when you must hold on to your faith in what you're doing, your faith in God if you believe in God, your faith in your family, your faith in your activities, your faith in your ideals, your morals, whatever you have faith in. So many people continue to tell themselves lies. I have a very good friend that does this all the time, that no matter how much the data points otherwise, they continue to convince themselves of the lies that are poured in their head because of their own fears to grab the brass ring and be successful, to take that risk to be happy, to take the step forward to be joy-filled, to take the step forward to actually do what you're put on this planet to do. So they ignore it. They try not to pay attention to it. And in that, from the point in time the opportunity starts, they ignore and time passes. Opportunities have very small shelf lives. An analogy I can use about this is something very simple. If you've ever seen somebody fold steel, they stick it in the fire and they get it hot, and they get it, so hot it's white. And it comes out of the fire and it goes from white to yellow to orange. And when you watch a steel craftsman, it's only when it's orange do they begin to strike it. And they strike it with a great fury to make the steel be what they want it to be. But when it turns red, they pull it and they stick it back in the fire again. Do you know why they do that? Because if you strike steel when it's red, you make it brittle. And it'll be brittle for the rest of its life. So all your effort that you placed into folding that steel will be for naught. For the steel will not be as strong as it should be. And that's how we have to look at opportunities. We have to strike them when they're orange, when they're yellow, and when they're orange. For when they turn red, your time has passed. And whatever you make from that opportunity will never be as good as it could have been. So I invite you, if you have the courage to step forward with ferocity of knowing that when the time comes for you to do something, do it with all your might, and then pass it on. Pass it to the next person, because we are all interconnected. And if we act that way in this life, then we will get through the times that try men's souls, and our souls will be joy-filled, because that's what faith tells us. There is always another tomorrow. You just have to live through today. The thoughts I express here are solely and totally my own. They are not part of any other organization or anyone else I talk for. But for today, I am speaking for myself. And I hope what I've said gives you some wisdom in your life. Thank you.